Hello, good afternoon, lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to bring a very serious topic to my channel, and as most of you guys know, the death of Shanquella Robinson has been trending all over YouTube, all over the news, just everywhere, and it's very devastating what happened to her. So-called friends, I'm not going to call them her real friends, but frenemies, who took her to Mexico where she paid for everything and beat her and attacked her. I'm not going to call it a fight because it seems like maybe she was drugged or something. She was naked and she was not able to fight back at all. So it's like they just attacked her, and then the friends who were recording were just asking her, aren't you going to fight back? None of them stepped in or tried to stop the fight. And I just think it's just very sick and disgusting that this beautiful young lady lost her life due to jealous and envious demonic people. And this is one of the reasons why I feel like I do what I do as far as going on YouTube, spreading awareness about bullying, cyber bullies, domestic violence, narcissism. I bring up these topics to avoid situations like this from happening. And I try to, give you guys signs and just let you know what to look out for, because you know what? There's so many Shanquellas, millions of Shanquellas around the world, including myself. Like, we may not have gotten murdered behind it, but at the end of the day, some of us has been assaulted. Some of us have been beaten down. We've gotten, I'm going to say the R word, just different things that have happened, set up, robbed, because you think that you have a real friend in front of you and you're trusting this person, think that they have your best interests at heart, but the entire time they're jealous, they're hateful, they're envious, and they're plotting against you. So this has really been heartbreaking. Like, I am an empath. If most of you don't know, I probably will do a separate video on that. But when I tell you, like, I don't know her personally, but this is devastating. Like, even seeing it all on my timeline, seeing it on YouTube, it's very hurtful to see something like this happen, to this beautiful young lady. And I felt like they definitely took advantage of her. You could tell that she wasn't a fighter. You can tell that she seems like a very sweet girl. She's successful. She's beautiful. And I'm sad to say it, but those are the reasons why they target, they targeted her, and they target people like that, who are nice, who are sweet, who are kind, who are giving. Like, this is so disgusting on so many levels. Like, how dare you attack her? How dare you murder her? And this woman was even nice enough and gracious enough to even pay for everything, pay for the food, pay for the villa. Like, this is just disgusting on so many levels. And I'm going to pray that she gets justice, because she definitely did not deserve that to happen to her. But yeah, like, let this be a sign, like, to wake up the community, to wake up people who usually sweep things under rugs, who don't want to talk about bullying, who don't want to talk about fake friends, who don't want to talk about jealousy, who want to sit back and act like these things don't exist. Let this let this be what we use to bring awareness. Let her death not be in vain, because I'm sure that she would want the women who do get attacked, the women who do get set up, and the women who go through being bullied just because we're beautiful, just because we're successful every single day. I'm pretty sure she would want some good to come out of this. So I'm going to give you guys, I did write down some stuff just because I don't want to miss out on anything. I want to make sure everything I say is inside this video. But let this be a lesson. Everyone is not your friend. Everyone who smiles in your face is not your friend. Just because they're friendly to you, just because they give you a compliment, a couple of compliments, you hang out with them, does not mean that they're your friends. If most of you guys aren't familiar with the term, it's called love bombing. So love bombing is basically at the beginning of any narcissistic relationship. They compliment you, they make you feel loved, they say you're beautiful, they say, oh, you're amazing, I love your personality. I hear these things all the time. You have a great personality, you have a beautiful light inside of you, you're a beautiful person, you're this, you're that. And they are giving you all these compliments. That's probably what they did to Shanquella, giving her all these compliments, telling her how amazing she is, and oh, they love being around her, hyping her up, and telling her these wonderful things, which are true, but they don't mean it. They're hyping you up. They're trying to gain your trust. They're trying to make you feel like you're this incredible in their eyes. You're amazing, but deep down inside, they're envious and they're hateful, and they're trying to get you to trust them. It's a lot of that goes on. Love bombing. At the very beginning, they appear to be something that they're not. They're like a wolf in sheep's clothing. So just because somebody compliments you, be nice about it, say thank you, but that doesn't mean that you automatically trust that person, because that very person who's complimenting you now can end up stabbing you in the back later. You see a lot of that going on online, where people will be like, oh, you guys are a beautiful couple, oh, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous. They'll give you 1,001 compliments, but the moment you say something wrong, or the moment you do something they don't like, then all of a sudden you're all these terrible things. So it's like people can be very fake. People can pretend well at the end of the day. So I would say pray about it. Pray on everybody that comes in your life. Pray and ask God to show you if these are your real friends. Pray and ask God if these are people that you should trust. Because at the end of the day, they, just because they are nice to you, just because they're smiling in your face and they appear to have your best interests at heart, does not mean they do. You have to be very cautious. Be very cautious with that, because from my experience, a lot of the times when I meet people like that who are just giving me one compliment after another, that those usually end up turning out to be backstabbers. Now, I'm not saying, so just be careful, just be cautious, because you just never know. Okay. Sometimes we don't want to believe that certain people are not for us, but God will always show the truth. Deep down inside, guess what? In this world, we all have an intuition. We Some of us have discernment, some of us don't. But if you have a bad feeling about a person, it's better to trust your instinct than to deny yourself and basically gaslight yourself and say, oh, I'm just tripping, than for you to ignore it, and then you go into a situation and you end up getting stabbed in the back. So God will always show you who people are. God will expose them. So whether it's subtle put downs, people love to put you down and do it in indirect ways. They love to throw jabs at you, small little jabs. Pay attention to that. When they try to say, oh, I'm just joking after insulting you, pay attention to that, because those jokes are usually wrapped up in truth. You have to be very careful, and you have to be discerning. Discerning meaning that you are praying and you're asking God to show you the truth. And if you get a bad feeling about somebody's spirit, something is telling you that something is not right, that's discernment right there. So trust and believe that you're having those feelings for a reason. Those feelings are not just coming up for nothing. 9 times out of 10, it's your intuition, it's God, it's the Holy Spirit warning you that something is not right. Okay? And I'm pretty sure Shanquella probably had these signs. Um, as people with good hearts, you want to see the good in everybody. You want to believe that everybody is good, but the reality of the situation is everybody is not good. Everybody does not have your best interests at heart. So the worst thing that you can do is go through life thinking that everybody has your back and everybody is for you, because everybody is not for you. I'm pretty sure she saw some red flags, because usually that's how it is at the beginning. Sometimes you'll see those red flags, but as humans, we like to ignore it. We like to make excuses for people, or we like to give chance after chance after chance. I'm pretty sure those friends probably been showing signs of jealousy and envy. They probably was like putting her down. I wasn't there to witness anything, but I can only imagine what happened. Like, before they even took her to Mexico, they probably was like making her feel bad or putting her down and just jealous of her success. This woman was very successful, beautiful. Just you could tell that she seemed like she had a very beautiful spirit. So they was envious from the get-go. Pay attention to stuff like that when they put you down, when they say little weird things about you, you know what I'm saying, to try to lower your self-esteem. It's because they don't like themselves, so they're trying to put you down. They don't want anybody around them that they feel is better than them. So they want to make you feel small and make themselves feel bigger than you. Pay attention to stuff like that. Pay attention for people who do not clap when you win, when you're successful, when you graduate from college. There's no congratulations. There's no I'm proud of you. When you get married, congratulations. None of that. It's crickets. You're always supporting them, but when you have some type of success, it's crickets. Pay attention to that, because that's also hate. That's also jealousy as well. It is not always putting you down. Sometimes it could be very covert to where they're not clapping when you win. Pay attention to those people, because those are your haters. Okay? I'm going to read a Bible scripture that really resonates with this situation. It's coming from Matthew 7:15 through 20. Okay? It says, "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. You will know them by their fruit." So, guys, this is one of my favorite Bible verses right here. Beware of wolf in sheep's clothing. Beware of false prophets. They pretend to love you. They pretend to like you. They pretend to have your best interests at heart, but they are ravenous wolves inside. They're bad people. You will know them by their fruit. What type of fruit do they bear? Do they bear good fruit in your life, or do they bear bad, rotten fruit? Are they coming into your life bringing drama? Are they coming into your life to discourage you, to put you down, to minimize you, to make you feel low? Or are they inside your life to build you up, to compliment you, to support you, to show you love? That's how you know a person. You know them by their fruits. What type of fruits are they producing? So do not gaslight yourself. Do not second guess yourself. Even if you have to write it down, this has been helping me out. Having a journal, guys. Keep a journal and then start writing down what people say to you, the good and the bad. And that way you're not gaslighting yourself and you have evidence. Document it. You know what I'm saying? So you can look back and be like, no, this person has said this person has said that to me. The good outweighs the bad, or the bad outweighs the good. And that way you'll know for sure what type of fruit is this person producing. Write down the pros and the cons if you have to. Okay. Also, I want to say that there are millions of women that are just like Shanquella, including myself, who are beautiful, talented, intelligent, successful, loved by a lot of people, likable, kind, sweet. And that's an amazing and beautiful thing, that you have that light inside of you that shines everywhere you go. It's like you're an amazing person. You're a beautiful spirit. And that's amazing that God made you that way. Do not change for anybody. Never change that about you. But at the same time, that can also make you very vulnerable for bullies. When you're kind, when you're sweet, people tend to what? Take advantage of you. They tend to try to use you as a doormat. So what I learned is that you have to set boundaries with people, and then you also have to be firm. Don't be a people pleaser. Do not be afraid to say no. If it's something that you don't want to do, say no. Set boundaries. Do not let them take advantage of you. Do not let them use you. So in that situation where she's paying for everything, I get that she wanted to treat them. I get her heart and everything, but I feel like there's no reason why there's 7 people on a trip. Everybody should be able to pitch in. Everybody should be able to help with something. There's no reason why everything should be on her. So it's like people will take advantage when they see that you're kind and you're sweet. So you have to be very careful and cautious when dealing with people. But at the end of the day, you also have to set those boundaries and be like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not putting up with this, because that's who bullies go after. They are demonic spirits, and they attack good, gentle-hearted people exactly like that. So I'm not saying not to be a good person, be a beautiful person, but at the same time, you have to have those strong boundaries, and you have to be able to say no. Okay. Another thing I wanted to say is, when somebody is full of darkness, when they have that spirit in them, that envious spirit, that jealous spirit, that's just as bad as a murderous spirit. Read the scripture. And that darkness inside of them is going to be irritated by your light. So you have a light within you that shines everywhere you go. Even when I'm dressed down, even people can see it. It's like they treat you like a celebrity, like you're somebody famous. You know what I'm saying? People are drawn to you. They're drawn to that light that's within you. So somebody that is full of darkness, like the Cabo Six, those people who she went on a trip with, they see her beautiful light shining. Do you think that they're really going to be able to get along? Do you really think that, you know, this wasn't going to turn into a disaster? It was, because at the end of the day, she was too good for those people. Those people are low vibrational. Her vibe is too high. She's a beautiful person. She has a light within her, and they're full of darkness, and they are mad. They are mad that she has a light within her and they don't. So you have to be very careful. You have to kind of be hanging around with like-minded people. You have to be around people who are similar to you, who have a similar spirit to you, who resonates with you really well. Those people were nothing like her. They were low vibrational type of people who she had no business being around in the first place. But how many of us can relate to Shanquella? How many of us can relate to being around people who aren't for you? I can remember times where I was hanging around a group of people. People were like, what are you doing around these people? These people are nothing like you. These women are nothing like you. And at the time, it was like me trying to fit in, me just wanting friends, being so desperate to fit in with some people who were not for me. But in the end, God exposed those people. God exposed them as being fake. God exposed them as not being real friends. So be careful, be mindful of the company that you keep. Okay? Like I said before, you have to be extra cautious, especially as a woman. Especially as a woman. Not saying men don't go through it, because, again, on TV, you see different things about rappers and stuff being set up and being robbed. And, so I understand that men go through it as well. But I'm saying specifically for the women. Specifically for the women, you're successful. You have it going on. You're beautiful. You have a wonderful marriage, wonderful relationship. Um, what else can I say? You have a beautiful family. You just have it going on. You're all that in a bag of chips. You're just amazing. They will target you. They will target you. I'm telling you, you'll be a target at jobs. You'll be a target even just going to stores and stuff like that. I've been to stores where I have gotten really good treatment, but I've gone to stores where I've had women roll their eyes at me. When me and my fiance, we went to one store, and it was this lady that had a very bad spirit, a very bad aura about her. And the moment I walked in, she seen me dressed up. She seen how I looked. She seen my spirit, my aura, and she immediately started rolling her eyes. She gave me the mean mug. You would have thought that I did something to her, like I knew this woman personally. And she looked at me with just such an evil look. And my fiance caught it before I did. I didn't even catch it right away until he said something. He was like, why is she looking at you like that? That woman is looking at you with evil and hate in her eyes. And I looked up at her, and she was like this, guys. She was just, her whole demeanor as if she hated me. So that just goes to show you don't have to do anything. Many times people love to victim blame. They love to make it seem like, well, it must be you. You must be the problem. If the same thing keeps happening, people love to say that if the same thing keeps happening, it must be you. No, that's a way to victim blame. That's a way to take it to where the people who are doing the actual bullying and being nasty can get away with it. At the end of the day, I know my character. I know who I am. I'm nice to everybody. I don't treat people badly unless you come after me. If you come after me, of course, the reaction is not going to be pretty. And that's something that I'm working on. But I know who I am. When I walked into that store, I wanted to spend time with my man and I came in there to shop. I didn't come in there to be given dirty looks, you know? But that just goes to show you you don't have to do anything to anybody for them to hate you. It can be your anointing, it can be your gifts, it can be your talent, it can be the way you look, it can be the way you dress, it can be the fact that you got a loving relationship and they don't. It could be anything to make them hate you, but it's not your problem. It was never Shanquella's issue. It's never your issue. It's never your fault. That's the worst thing that you can do is blame yourself. It's their issue. They don't love themselves. Cabo 6, you guys hate yourself. You don't love yourself. You don't have self-love. So that's why you targeted somebody who did have self-love. You targeted somebody who was way better than you will ever be. And that's usually what they do. They know they don't love themselves. They know they're full of darkness. They know they're not good people. So they have to what? Target people who are better than them. And it's just the truth. Low vibrational versus high vibrational. Okay? And then sometimes some people can have more than you. I've been in a situation where somebody with a doctorate degree, somebody that has more, I have my bachelor's degree, somebody with a doctorate degree who's making six figures, who probably got more than me, can sit back here and be jealous of me. So it's not always about materialistic things either. It's not always about that type of stuff, how much more they make than you. Sometimes it's just your spirit, it's who you are that's irritating to them. So never underestimate yourself. If you're somebody who's just working a regular job and you got somebody who makes way more money than you being jealous of you, that's very common. And it's not always about materialistic. Like I said, it's because of who you are that they're envious of and they're threatened by. Okay? Hold on 1 minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. I had to get something to drink. Also, guys, if you like my mug, I got it from Five and Below. It's my favorite mug. Okay, guys. So if a person feels like you're smarter than them, more handsome, more beautiful, your spirit is beautiful, this will make you a target. Those people were not her friends. Those people were demons, demonic spirits. First of all, she was helpless. She didn't have any clothes on. They were beating her. Just sick. And I hope that she gets the justice that she deserves. It's very triggering. It's very triggering to many of us because a lot of us have been a target of narcissistic abuse. We have been targeted by sociopaths. We have been targeted since the day that we were born. Like, even as a young kid, some of us were bullied. Some of us were abused, mistreated, mishandled, you know. And then it only gets worse in adulthood because as you grow older, you get wiser, you get smarter, you're more successful. You know, you grow into your looks more. You have more than you had when you was younger. So the hate is real. The hate is real, guys. So that's why it's very important for us to stay prayed up. Every single day, pray. Start even praying for your enemies. Pray for them and stay away from them. Block people if you need to. If somebody is bullying you online, if they're disrespecting you, if they're a fake friend, if they're mistreating you, you do not have to put up with that. And it is not your fault. It's something wrong with them. So guess what you're going to do? You're going to protect your peace and you're going to block these people from your page. If you work around them, if they're at family functions, guess what you're going to do? You're going to stay away from them. You're going to keep your distance. Even if it means you got to do your own thing and you stay to yourself and do your job, even if it means that you got to cook your own food for the holidays to avoid family drama and, negativity, jealousy, hate. Do what you have to do to protect your spirit, because God did not put us on this earth to be punching bags. God did not put us on this earth to be mistreated, to be abused, to be mishandled. Those things come from the devil. So do everything that you have to do to protect yourself, protect your peace. Be careful, stay prayed up. And I hope to God that this situation, Shanquella gets justice, because she definitely deserves it. And to all the women who are just like Shanquella, who have dealt with some of the same stuff, I'm sorry that you guys are dealing with that. Trust me when I say I understand, and you are not alone. If you ever need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. I don't mind. I'll give you my email. I'll give you my Facebook. Like, at the end of the day, we need to stick together as women. It's just sick and sad that as women, we can't get along. Well, some of us can't get along. Some of us have to put each other down. We have to attack each other. We have to sabotage. We have to compete. We have to copy. Like, it's crazy. Being a woman is so hard. Being a woman is definitely not easy. We're constantly attacked for everything. I was telling my fiance about that. If we wear our hair a certain way, we're attacked. Wear makeup, no makeup, we're attacked. Dress up, you're attacked. Not dressed up, you're attacked. Everything we do. Speak up, you're attacked. Not speak up, you're attacked. So this is what I do. I practice self-love and I do what works best for me. I don't care what society has to say. At the end of the day, I love myself and that's all that matters. So that's why I'm going to tell you, young women, love yourself. Do not let anybody change you unless you're changing for the better. Be who you are. Don't let society put you down. Don't let them make you feel less than just because they hate themselves. So rest in peace, Shanquella. Once again, we love you. My prayers go out to your family, your friends, the people who are hurting right now, your boyfriend, and anybody else who has gone through these situations. You're going to be in my prayers. Okay. Bye. See you later.